Hello. Hey, Gary. Thank you for your condolences. Yeah, I'm better. Just taking it easy. About as good as one can, you know, all things considered. Losing a child's a parent's worst nightmare. We're just taking it one day at a time. Yes, I do know why you're calling and... Excuse me? John. Baby, that was rude.
So is he.
Now here's one thing, I hung up on him.
Why do you care if he does?
Excuse me?
Don't worry. He knows it wasn't you. Just like he knows if he calls back, you'll pick up the phone again.
John, I know you don't want to hear this, but I think you should reconsider meeting with Gary.
I tried to meet with him for years.
Very true, but it's different this time. I think it'd be good for you.
I don't want to go to work. I don't want to go to the movies. I don't want to leave the house, and I damn sure don't want to meet with Gary.
I know, husband. Trust me, I know. But look at you. You're getting worse every day. I mean, this isn't any easier on me than it is on you, right? But if I'm going to try to continue to live life and move forward, I need you moving forward with me.
Baby, I'm doing the best that I can.
I know you are, but I still think meeting with your brother will be good for you. It'll help you heal and moving forward.
In 5 years, he could never find time to meet with me. Now at a time we're dealing with the loss of our daughter, our only child. I'm just supposed to drop everything I'm doing and run and meet with him?
I understand what you're saying, except you aren't doing anything. And besides, he is your brother. I know you don't like for me to say that, but it happens to be true. And if losing Penny has taught us anything, is that time is precious. Tomorrow isn't promised. I agree, it's not ideal, but it's an opportunity for you to finally have the conversation with your brother that you've waited a long time to have. So why not?
I don't know.
John, what is there to know? Like you always say to me, will you have the same answer in 20 years? Can you honestly say in 20 years you won't regret not having this opportunity to meet with your brother? Really? You wanted the meeting. Well, you got the meeting. Take the meeting.
You're right. This couldn't come at a worst possible time, but you're right. Please call him back and set it up. Let me know where I need to be and when.
Okay. Thank you. And John, promise me something.
What's that?
Promise me that you will be on your best behavior.
I can't promise that. This time, I will have my say, however it goes. I will have my say.
Thanks again for meeting with me today. Man, so how you been?
How does it look like I'm doing?
Well, look like you've seen better days. And I'm sorry to hear about Penny.
You didn't come to the funeral? You didn't call? You didn't even send a card. How sorry could you possibly be?
Come on, man. It's been a rough couple of months.
Look at me. Look at me. I've had a rough couple of months. Let's be clear. You lost a job. I lost a child. Do you really want to compare who's had it worse with me?
You're right. You can't compare the two. Look, my bad. You know, if you don't mind me asking, man, what happened?
Why do you care?
If there ever was a time to ask, John, is this not it?
Penny and I were on our way to the ice cream parlor to celebrate a recent victory by our debate team.
Well, how'd she do?
She was fantastic. The way she prepared and executed her responses perfectly. She would have made a great lawyer. We were at the light 3 blocks away from the ice cream parlor. The light turned green. I almost made it through the intersection when the SUV crashed in the rear passenger side of the car, tearing through it. She died instantly.
Damn, man. That's terrible. Well, thanks again for meeting with me today, man. I won't hold you long.
What do you want, Gary?
As you know, I've applied for a position at Winston Architecture, man, for Director of Operations.
Yeah, Lisa mentioned you put in an application.
Yeah, and I was wondering if you could put in a recommendation for me.
Why do you need me? I mean, from what I understand, you're more than qualified. Got years of experience in the field of architecture combined with an extensive military career. As kids, you could draw like a son of a bitch, so why do you need me?
Man, there's a lot of competition for this position. I'm up against people with way more impressive credentials on their resumes.
Okay, but why come to me?
I understand you have a good relationship with the owner, Ray Winston.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've known Ray a long time.
I need your recommendation, man, to put me over the top, or at least give me an interview. Plus, being out of work as long as I have, things are pretty tight. And I know it's a bad time right now if you haven't lost your daughter.
Your niece. You know, the one you never had time to come and see because you were too busy avoiding me?
I wasn't avoiding you, man. I was just busy.
Busy, huh? Well, you're not so busy now, are you? My, how the mighty have fallen.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that if you're coming to me for help, things must be pretty bad. I mean, how many times did I ask you to meet and I never heard from you?
All right. I know you're upset with me, man, but some stuff I've done in the past.
The things that you do. Wait. Are you telling me you don't remember?
I mean, a little, but I was a kid.
A kid? You know, I read this article the other day about this kid. It says he was playing with a gun. Now, the article never mentions where he got the gun or what he was doing to do with it. Just that he pulled the trigger, not knowing it was loaded, fired 2 shots. Unfortunately, those 2 shots hit a woman across the street. Once in the head, once in the throat. Now, what do you think happened to this kid? 20 years. The kid got tried as an adult and got 20 years. Now, that kid made a mistake. One I'm sure he's sorry for. I don't believe he meant to shoot that woman. But he still has to suffer the consequences of his actions.
Are you trying to compare what you say I done to you to some kid shooting an old woman?
I'm trying to illustrate that actions have consequences whether you're a kid or not. I know you don't think what you did to me was that big of a deal, but it was.
Man, kids do stupid things. Why are you still living in the past?
Okay, so you figure because you were a kid, all should be forgiven.
Yeah, man, you can't keep living in the past. You need to learn how to move on, how to let go.
Move on, let it go. I mean, because you moved on from everything that happened in your past, right?
That's right.
Then why were you giving Mom a hard time at 40 years old about not coming to any of your track meets in high school?
Because of all the meets I ran in college in 4 years, man, she didn't come to one.
The same woman you were ashamed to have lunch with in the 3rd grade because she was fat.
Okay, so?
So did you ever ask her to come to your
No,
track
I didn't.
Okay, so a woman you were embarrassed by for years, that you never asked to come see you run, she was all of a sudden supposed to know you finally want her around?
Man, she was slim and thin by then. You remember, man, she had that bypass surgery.
So she was just supposed to know?
Man, why you keep bringing all this old stuff up?
If somebody did to you what you did to me and Mom, you tell them you wouldn't have the same questions?
I might.
Oh. Well, you feel like you would have let it go. Just like you let go of the fact she didn't come to your track meets. Yeah, I'm sure you would have.
I would. And oh yeah, I heard you refer to me as the artist formerly known as your brother.
Yeah, I do. How you like it?
I didn't think it was that funny.
How you hear about that anyway?
I have my sources.
I didn't think you cared about it one way or the other.
I don't.
Then I was right. Lord knows you earned it. The fact is, I disowned you a long time ago, but not before you disowned me. You know, I never told you this, but you're the reason I can speak in front of large groups. Because the way you used to lead the battalion back in high school in ROTC. I remember the first time seeing you lead the battalion in the parade, you were fearless. After that day, I worked and worked and worked to be that fearless, to be that free. Now I speak in front of large groups for a living. You inspired me and you didn't even know it. You know, as a kid, you were like Superman to me, my hero. I wanted to be just like you. until I realized how ashamed of me you were. That was hard for me to get over. Until I really sat down and started thinking about how you treated me. How terrible you were to me. Then I became ashamed of you. I no longer wanted anybody to know we were brothers either.
If I disown you, as you say, then why would I come visit you from time to time?
We'll get to that. Right now, I'm trying to understand why a grown man would get all bent out of shape when his brother-in-law make jokes about his skin tone. I think he called you dark roast, Todd baby, midnight smoke, something like that.
Mom told you that?
Yeah, she did, not long after you told her. So?
So what?
Why would you let jokes about your tone get under your skin?
I mean, it's not supposed to bother me, but it does. I've tried to get over it since I was a kid, but I haven't, okay?
I know exactly what you mean. You're still bothered by something you couldn't control. Something you wish you could change. Something you don't feel like you deserve, right?
That's right.
But here you want me to get over everything you did to me because you don't think it's that big of a deal. Mr. Popularity. Mr. Life of the fucking party. I watched you fuck over women for years. The nice ones. The hardcore chicks. They made you their bitch. Breaking you down or breaking your heart in the process. And after all the people you fucked over, you actually try to sit here and sell me why you have a complex about your complexion. Do you even hear yourself talk?
If I was so bad to you, how come nobody never said anything to me, huh?
If everyone in your circle is as cold as you are, who around you would care? You didn't. Besides, you were the leader of most of the circles you were involved in. There was nobody to challenge you, to question you. Except for a few times. When our friends then, my friends now. You remember? The ones you abandoned? They used to say to you, man, why you doing that? That's your brother. Why you do that girl like that?
You talking in circles, man. What did I do to you that was so bad?
You ever been alone, lonely? That feeling you get when a woman breaks your heart? I know you know what that feels like. Do you have any idea what it's like to be called ugly and teased by every girl you meet from the 5th grade to your sophomore year in high school? And if that wasn't worse enough, anytime your big brother was around, he'd join in, even instigated for girls to tease me if they didn't start on their own. Talking down to me, telling embarrassing family secrets about me, like that embarrassing nickname that mom gave me when I was a baby. Making it a priority to let everybody know I was only your half brother. And don't give me any of that, that's what big brothers do shit either. You were cold and heartless. Everybody could see it, whether they said something about it or not.
Man, you don't know what you're talking about.
Just like I don't know about all the people I jumped in and fought for you when I was a kid. I, your little brother, jumped in to protect my big brother. Kids bigger than me, stronger than me, taller than me. You never even said thank you. I remember this one time I fought this kid. He had a neck as long as a fucking ostrich. He was scary, I can't lie. When I saw him about to hurt my big brother, I didn't think about anything. My safety, my own fighting ability, nothing. I just knew somebody was about to hurt my big brother, and that was not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Do you remember what happened next? I put that long-necked bastard's face in the snow, and I was hitting him in the back of the head, and hitting him in the back of the head, and hitting him in the back of the head. I look up, and you were walking home. So I want to know why. Why would you abandon me like that?
Honestly, I don't remember it.
I'm that insignificant in your life you don't even remember. Or do you remember, but not man enough to own up to it?
I know I haven't been the best person.
So you do know. I mean, you haven't forgotten everything.
I'm trying it.
You call this trying?
Man, how's Mom doing?
Mom died. Mom's dead.
What?
She passed 2 years ago.
You talking about how bad I am? I would never say something like that to upset you.
You think I'm saying that Mom died to upset you? That I would say that to get a rise out of you? Who the fuck do you think you are? That I would, fuck it, you don't believe me? Call Alex.
Why didn't you call and tell me?
I once called you 25 times one year, 50 times a year after that. You never called back once. So why? Why would I think you called me back? You moved away. You didn't give anybody your new address, email address, nothing. So how was I going to contact you? But then I remembered. You show up every 5 to 7 years, so I figured eventually I'd hear from you. or I wouldn't. Either way, it was out of my control.
Well, you could have done something.
You know, it's sad you don't see the irony. That after years of getting calls from me, you're now upset because you didn't get a call from me. And I didn't do anything when you didn't do shit? You got a lot of fucking nerve.
She was my mother. I had the right to know.
The same woman that you didn't call or come see for years, even when you lived in the same city. The same woman you denied for years to see her grandchild. The same woman you wouldn't have lunch with because you were ashamed of her. The same woman you let your wife disrespect that woman.
That can't be the only reason.
You're right. Full disclosure, it's what Mom wanted.
Man, you're fucking...
Oh, am I? Or, if you really think about it, did you disrespect your mother one too many times? So believe me, or don't, but it's what she wanted.
Why?
You remember that family reunion you had in Short Pump 3 years ago?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard you and Savannah spent a long time planning that. Had a bus full of her family coming in from Jacksonville, Florida. Rented out an entire bowling alley. Had a comic come in and entertain everybody. Had an elegant fashion show and ended the weekend with an all-white party. I gotta tell you, that sounds like one hell of a reunion. Of course, myself, your mother, your sister Alex, none of us were invited. That was hard for Mom to get over. Mom never got over that. For her, it was one disrespectful act too many. But how can you be so upset about your mother's death when you treated her like shit when she was alive?
Because she was my mother.
You know, you keep saying that. If she was your mother, why didn't you treat her like she was your mother when she was alive? You had all these years, all these chances, you did nothing.
Because of the other stuff to do that took priority. I didn't have the time.
But you had enough fucking time to come here and ask me to help you get a goddamn job.
Because that's priority. My priority is my family. It's tough times out here these days. So I do whatever it takes for my family. If it means having this waste of time conversation with you, then I'll do it. Sitting here, goddamn judging me like you never made no mistakes in your life.
Oh, is that what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm so fucking judgmental. What did I ever do to you?
Man, what's the point of all of this? Man, what do you want from me?
I just want the truth.
About what?
Why were you so ruthlessly mean to me? Why did you embarrass me every chance you got? Why were you so ashamed of me when all I did was look up to you? Okay, then tell me this. How is it you could muster up the courage to treat me with such disgust and disrespect as a boy, but you don't have the balls to look me in the eye and tell me why as a motherfucking man?
I didn't like you. I didn't like you then, and I don't like you now. If my only option for a brother was you, I'd rather not have one. But not just you, Mom and Alex. None of you. I know you're supposed to love your family no matter what. But what if you don't? What if you can't? Because on the inside, feel like you got robbed. Like a mistake was made. And you're left with the wrong people. I spent my whole life feeling like an outcast. I had nothing in common with none of y'all. So, imagine feeling that you having a mother that pushes you to be around people you don't even like, including her. It built resentment, forcing me to be around people I wanted nothing to do with. That's why I left the way I did. No notes, no goodbyes. Once I had enough money to leave for good, man, I was out. Never to return. Had to find my people. Figure out where I belong. You happy now? You wanted it, you got it.
If that's the case, then why make all these special appearances every 5 years? Why tap in and out of our lives? Would you feel sorry for us? What?
I mean, something like that.
Something like that? I don't think so. You know what I think? I think when you were overseas at war, you almost got your head blown off, or know somebody that did. That got you to thinking about the asshole you've been all these years. That's why you got closer to God, supposedly. I believe you know exactly what you did, everything, but you're not man enough to own up to it. Now, the part about you not wanting anything to do with us, yeah, that's true. Do you have any regrets? I don't think so. But like most people, you wouldn't look good in certain people's eyes. That's why you keep us separate from your family, because you don't ever want them to know you lied about us.
You know, John, this has been real fun, talking about old times and all, but you're gonna help me get this job or not?
You know, Gary, the only reason I took this meeting is because after losing my daughter, I was reminded how precious time is and how tomorrow is not guaranteed. It is insulting that after everything I brought to your attention, you're still so uncaring, so blameless and unapologetic. You clearly don't have a leg to stand on, but you'll sit here, look me in the eye and lie. And when that doesn't work, you make excuses. But it's like you said, you never cared about me. You only use me because maybe I'm the best chance you have at getting this job. You used me as a kid, and you'll use me again. But not this time. This time, I say no. I say no to my weak, cowardly, despicable, sorry son of a bitch for excuse for a brother. The answer is no. Now go fuck yourself!
Jump! Jump! Jump!
I miss you so much. Penny?
Hello, Father. I am here to help you find your way and to help you move forward because in this moment I know how bad you need me.
Oh my God, honey, I always need you. I miss you so much.
I miss you as well.
I was supposed to be here with you every day until the day I died. You were supposed to bury me, not the other way around.
Father, you did not fail me. What happened to me was not your fault and you can't blame yourself.
I'm trying.
I know your heart is heavy.
Since losing you, my heart stays heavy.
I know. But I also know all this heaviness is not because of me.
If not you, then who?
Uncle Gary.
How could you possibly know that?
I know he hurt you over and over. He hurt you all of your life. He was your big brother. Instead, you acted like his. He never protected you. He embarrassed you at every opportunity he got. Kept you away from your nephew, lying to him and his wife, making you out to be a horrible person, which you are not. Also, he could hide what he had done. But Father, you have to understand, he forgets them because he doesn't have the courage to face them.
That's no excuse.
I'm not here to make excuses for him or give him a pass. I'm here to help you gain understanding. You said gaining understanding is the key to freeing your mind. And with that key, you can remove the clouds of ignorance that lead to grave mistakes or poor decision making.
Then why did he choose to make excuses that make no sense?
Because that's who he is. But that's not who we are. You said those words to me for years, and for years they would burn me up inside. Even though I knew you were right, you said you were teaching me to ascend to a higher level. A level you now have to find your way back to. I know how much you loved your brother, and your repayment was total betrayal. But you have to let it go.
I don't know if I can. What does that even mean? People say those words with such disgust in their voices. It's always move over. Move on. Get over it. Let it go. until they feel the fire. Then it's okay. Then they want everyone to understand what they're going through.
You taught me it doesn't matter what they do. It only matters how we respond. You said we are held to a higher standard, a standard that very few will allow themselves to ascend to. You expected me to do better, and now I expect the same from you. You say you don't know if you can. You know that it's not true. The question is, will you choose to? That is the only question.
But he's a despicable person. Why should I help him?
Well, let's break that down. Can he do the job?
Yes.
Is he qualified?
Yes.
Haven't he been out of work for a while and really need a job?
Yes.
Should his family have to suffer for his sins?
What?
His family. They didn't do anything to you, but they may suffer along with him if he doesn't find a job soon.
He is a despicable human being.
Through your own admission, you have said he is a good father and husband. You are proud of him because of the man he's become, with the exception of how he treated certain people, you being one of them. He serves his church as a deacon, mentored many Army cadets, and serves his community unselfishly. You said for him to do anything unselfishly is an accomplishment. So there is some good in him, even though he wasn't very good to you. So I need you to ask yourself, how would you feel if somebody treated me and mother this way because of something you did?
But I haven't done anything to him.
Not to him, but to others. You haven't treated everyone that has crossed your path the way you should. He was wrong for how he treated you, and he may never have the courage to stand up and take accountability for that. You will have to make peace with that. If you don't, you will never be able to move forward or be free of these feelings. He is not losing any sleep over this. You charged me to do better, and now I charge you to do the same. Lastly, Father, please look at me. You have to make the most of each day you have. Cherish the time you have while you have it. And always remember, I'm always with you, and I love you. Mother has been strong, and she is trying to move forward, and she needs her husband, my father, moving forward with her.
Hello, Savannah. How are you? I'm taking it one day at a time. Thank you so much for asking. Is Gary available? Thank you. Gary, it's John. Listen, I just got off the phone with Ray Winston. I told him you applied for the position and that you're very qualified, and I think you do a good job. Now, I can't promise anything, but he did say he'd make sure that you get an interview. Why did I change my mind? Well, let's just say somebody I love reminded me who I am and who I'm charged to be. You're sorry? Listen, you don't have to say you're sorry now. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, I don't know. What I do know is that time and consistency tells all. So if you are sorry, let it show in your actions. Just know that whatever you decide is just fine by me. So good luck. Take care. Goodbye.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much for encouraging me to meet with Gary. You were right. I would have regretted it.
You don't have to thank me. You would have done the same for me. You ready?
Are you kidding? I've been looking forward to this all day.
Let's go. Get something to eat.
Listen, I know it feels like I abandoned you. I'm sorry for that. I know it won't be easy, but we're gonna take it one day at a time.
And move forward together.
And now to the hibachi.
Now to hibachi.
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 Bachi, bachi.